All right, so we have Roli on the show with us today. Thanks for taking the time to to meet with Chris and I. We saw that you got your hands on the DJI Mini 2, and we wanted to ask you about that. But before we get to that, tell us about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do?
My full name is Roli Lerma. My channel is Roli Lerma because that's what everyone calls me. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm in college here in another city in Texas, a small town called Keene. And yeah, I just started my YouTube channel this past summer. I'm a music ed major, and yeah, I just happened to accidentally have one of my videos blow up. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's a fun feeling for sure. Love San Antonio, great town. Love the boardwalk there with the canal and stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good times. So,
So,
go ahead, Chris.
yeah, I was gonna say, how did you, what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Well, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for like a really long time, but I just didn't have like I'm one of those people that's like, no, I gotta have the camera first, gotta have the camera and the little light block and everything. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to start unless I have that. And then eventually I got my hands on a credit card and I was like, yeah, this is the perfect time to start. So went ahead and bought my stuff, and I just love the idea of being able to document whatever you're doing, like David Dobrik or Emma Chamberlain or, Two Set Violin. These guys are, people that I've loved watching, and I wanted to do something along those lines.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to start.
yeah, it's fun. It seems like you've got your Rolly's blogs and or vlogs actually, and it looks like you just have kind of fun making videos, right?
Yeah, I just try to capture the most fun moments in my day. I've always thought, man, I wish I would have recorded that. So nowadays I kind of just go around with my camera recording everything, hoping something funny will happen.
Yeah, that is fun.
So,
So you got your hands on a Mini 2.
I did.
Have you flown drones before?
I have not, and I'm probably gonna piss off some drone nerds right now. The closest experience I've had to flying a drone was probably when my dad bought this really cool like remote control helicopter,
Mhm.
and like it has like similar like joysticks. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, I was with a friend of mine, and he has the Mavic 2 Pro,
Mhm.
and he was showing me the controller. I'm like, oh, this kind of looks familiar, like the mechanisms and whatnot. So I think that's the closest I've had to flying a drone, but the drone itself, I have not flown one.
Okay. So you probably still can't fly the Mini 2 yet, can you?
No, and I'm gonna be posting a new YouTube video after this is over, and you'll be able to see for like a small amount of time that, we're outside and we're trying to get the app to work with the drone, and it's just not able to work. We tried really hard, but we're just not able to at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. DJI they won't release the firmware so that you can't fly. As soon as other people have that drone and it's released, I think the 4th is what they're shooting for. You'll be able to
Right.
fly it then, and it'll be actually a great addition to your vlog, right? It's a perfect little tiny drone that you can throw in your backpack or take with you,
Oh,
and just kind of
yeah.
have it follow you around. So you'll enjoy it for sure.
Yeah, it's great. Initially I thought I was doing something wrong because I was like, no, I can't fly it yet, because of the app. And then there's like people in the comment section, like, just fly it with the remote, dummy. And I'm just like, oh man, like, why didn't I think of that? And I'm just like, no, it's not working right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the other guy, and he was saying, I think they've locked it down. So before you can fly a DJI drone now, you have to have it activated through the app. And I think they did that for this kind of reason, so they can start to distribute the drone to stores, but without a lot of, as many leaks getting out there, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
So tell me, so you're not a drone guy, but you're walking through Best Buy one day, you see this thing, and you're just like, today's the day to buy a drone, or what? How did you know this was the one to
So
buy?
so this is what really happened. I never really explained it in my first video because I didn't think it needed explanation, but I
Yeah.
guess, now that people are coming up with all sorts of wild theories, I guess I should come clean about this. So this drone right here actually isn't mine. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to a friend of mine.
Yeah.
So he was walking through Best Buy because he was wanting to get a new TV. and he loves drones. So he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go look at the drones real quick. He sees the Mini 2 and gets the guy to sell it to him. He comes to me, he's like, hey, I don't have a YouTube channel and I don't feel like making one just to make a review or anything, but you have one. Would you like to review this drone that hasn't come out yet? I was like, yeah, sure,
Nice.
absolutely. So it's his drone. That's his story of how he found it, and all the drones that were in my video that I was comparing it to are his as well.
Nice. So he's a drone guy. So if he hasn't checked out our channel, you need to get him on there, right? So
I'll definitely suggest it to him. Yeah.
for sure. Awesome. So do you know so that's the Fly More package. So we got extra batteries and stuff. Do you know
Yes.
what did he pay for it?
He told me that he paid $499, so just 500. And
Yeah.
as much as people would like to argue how much he paid for it, he definitely paid for it for that much.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the leaks are saying, oh, it's going to be $699. You know, who knows, right? We don't
Right.
know until, and maybe Best Buy made a mistake. Maybe they didn't. Maybe, hey, I'd love to pay $500 for that with the Fly More package. I think that'd be a pretty solid deal, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
So should we look at the drone a little bit
Yeah,
more?
you got it with you. Let's take a peek
Yeah,
at it.
yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll go ahead and open
Chris
it
has
up.
got the original Mini, so we can kind of take a look at. So that bag is different.
Yeah, we've got a nice bag here. I absolutely love it. It feels, like water resistant,
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true, but it feels pretty awesome.
cool.
So
Yes,
the
my
drone
bag
itself-
here has more of a fabric feel to it.
Yeah. So it's
There you
got prop holders, which is nice. A lot of people 3D print those or buy them after the fact. So we didn't get that. And they look,
Mhm.
and they're pretty much the same exact form, right? Same form factor.
Yeah, this one says Mini 2. That's one of the biggest differences I can see.
And yours just says Mavic Mini, right? So Mini 2 versus Mavic Mini. All right, so we got a little bit of different branding. Propellers look different colors.
Yeah, we've got like the little orange orange little things on the tips.
Yeah.
Are they all orange? Yeah, they're all orange. Okay.
Yeah, they all have that.
I wonder if they're any different.
That'd be hard to tell.
They look pretty darn I mean, they don't have any like the swept back tips or anything. They look the similar shape.
Yeah.
I don't know, they
Yeah.
seem
Pretty much the same. The motors look about, I mean, that's going to be really hard to determine. I guess these motors are supposed to be a little bit more powerful or more efficient. But they look the same to me. How about that camera? Is it
Oh, right. Yeah.
spec wise it's the same, but yeah, it says 4K on there. So we got a 4K camera versus the 2.7K. So that's definitely going to be a little different.
You got the LED on the front. That's wonderful.
LED in the front is going to be that'll be nice for
Game-changing.
orientation when you're flying away or flying in at dusk or whatnot.
The one thing I noticed flying the Mini is, other than our other DJI drones, is if you're flying and it's at all dark out, I mean, this thing disappears. It has like 0 LEDs on it. And having something is great. I mean, so a traditional drone from DJI will usually have LEDs frequently under the props, under the motors, and this thing has nothing, and it just disappears. You have no idea where it is. So at least having one is great, but you don't have anything underneath the motors on there, do you?
No, I see. Let me see if this will help see a little bit. There's like I don't think that's an LED light, but
Just
like
a sticker. Yeah. I got like a little foam sticker on mine. Or nothing. I got 3 screws in the back.
Yeah.
You still have that in the back there on the back motors?
No. It seems like there's like a plate that's covering it.
What about the other? Are the other ones any different?
In the back of the drone. There you go. Oh, okay.
Cover.
They found an extra gram for extra foam, a piece of foam on this one. Speaking of grams and weight, I mean, what do we got for batteries? Is it come out the same way? You kind of pinch the battery here and pull it out?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the same thing. Oh, it's not coming out right now, but
Oh, I lied. There is one LED. You have the same LED location
right there at the
there.
bottom.
Yep.
In the back.
let's see that battery. I'm interested because what was interesting with this original Mini is it comes with a 7.2 volt lithium ion. I don't know how good your eyes are. It's tiny text on here.
Yeah.
2400 milliamp hour,
Amazing.
17.28 watt hours.
I see 2250 and 17.32.
17.32 watt hours. Okay, so you do have a higher voltage battery then.
Yep.
So it probably says lithium polymer on there. If you look around the very top of the text.
Lithium ion polymer rechargeable battery.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, this
batteries are
guy
different.
here is like a couple of like this is like the
18650s or
battery
something.
that they put into various photography equipment. There's 2 cells, almost like a AA battery, but bigger. That's what they decided to go with these. They're cheap. They're ubiquitous. I think they even put them in some of the Teslas. They're all over the place,
Right.
but they're heavy. They're heavier than lithium polymer, and maybe that's why they're able to add an extra foam sticker and an extra LED. Because you still are under your 250 grams, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it is what about the bottom of the drone? Any different sensors or anything like that? Let's take a look. That looks pretty much identical. Yeah, you got that's the same. No differences there. I don't notice anything that's.
Is this the first time that DJI? I don't think they didn't change anything. All they did was cut a little slot here for a new LED. It looks like. I think they used 99% all the same components on this, just the battery, just an LED, and then they unlocked a couple features.
Yeah, the internals have to be different if it's got, if it's a 4K camera. I think the camera is actually the same spec-wise. It's the same. It's just, a different processor. Maybe they can handle the 4K footage. So that's a little bit different, I bet.
I lied. I mean, they obviously, the last time they released multiple drones, I think pretty much identical form factor would have been the Phantom series.
Yeah, for sure.
That they've released those in sequence. Of course, there's the Mavic 2 Zoom and Pro, which are very, very similar. But in terms of just sequentially, a year later, they come out and re-release the same drone with some new feature, whether it's with the with the Phantoms going to the, the 4K or the extra obstacle avoidance, whatever it was that they were adding at those times. So kind of going back to that model a little bit, I'm a little surprised to see they didn't change it at all, but I guess it just says that this is kind of a winning architecture.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of their best selling drones. I mean, it's their cheapest, it's their entry level. Anyone can fly it. So really, you'll love getting this thing off the ground. It's super easy to fly. Well, if your friend lets you, right? So, but he's got to, right? You're getting all this publicity.
I certainly hope so. Yeah,
for sure. So you got the remote there with you. Let's see if we can notice any differences on the remotes. So obviously the original Mini remote is very different. So Chris has the Mavic Air 2 remote in his hands. Sticks on the bottom, USB-C down there. Looks pretty much that's the same remote. So I think that
the controls on the top, you have a camera video button and then one rotating
right there.
gimbal.
Yeah. So potentially down the road you could maybe even pair this with the DJI Smart Controller. It's got likely OcuSync 2, which means it's going to have better range. You're going to be able to fly it with a little bit more confidence. So that's positive. I don't see a lot of people buying the smart remote to fly this drone. I think, what is that, like $700? So that the remote being more than the drone, I don't know. That's a big selling point, but the OcuSync definitely would be. Is there like a user manual in there that kind of gives you some specs on that camera?
Yeah, let me pull that out.
Or
While you're
flight
looking
modes?
for that, I wanted to point out, I'm a little surprised, Jack, that they went with this remote because
Bigger than the drone.
I mean, you're getting this tiny drone. Presumably, it's because you want to travel light. And I've got this monster remote. I am a fan of the Air 2's remote that I was just showing you, which is now the Mini 2's remote. But I think it takes away some of the value of the Mini, which is just that it's so light, compact, easy to bring with you if you're traveling. I mean, I bring this. I mean, when I want to travel overseas, I'm always looking for my least expensive, smallest drone that that doesn't suck, which is this guy, right? Because if something does go wrong, if some guy at security in Mexico decides he wants to keep it, whatever,
Yep.
it's the smallest loss. And but also travel, lightweight, compact. I got a ton of stuff. I've got kids. I'm packing the bags. So anyway, I'm a little surprised they went so big with it, but is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got the quick start guide. And I've got the disclaimer and safety guidelines, which has the specs inside of it.
Okay, cool. So let's take a peek at. I'd like to see the specs, right? So we know 4K,
Okay.
And I think you did kind of run through some of that. 4K 30, not 4K 60, if I remember. 2.7K at 30 frames a second max frame rate. I think maybe 1080p at 60 frames a second, if I remember correctly. Does that sound right?
Something like that. Yeah, I'm looking for that right now.
Sure.
So yeah, we've got 4K at 24, 25, and 30.
Yeah. Do you see video format there? Does it say like DNG or RAW? Because people are asking that question.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that question a lot, and I can't seem to find it right now.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
There's been some leaks that it will shoot RAW, which is camera guys love that because then you can color grade it yourself, and it kind of saves some of that detail so that you can really kind of pull out the hues and the shades that you want.
Anything about bit rate in the recording speeds or resolutions?
Bit rate, man, I'm really looking through here.
It would be
like, these are all questions that I've
Mbps.
gotten.
Yeah.
And it would be under what?
It would say something like 50 Mbps or
Mbps.
sometimes write speed.
Nothing
I'm
there.
not seeing anything here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it doesn't necessarily need to be in the user manual.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait to see that on their website in a few days.
Yeah. So we are planning on getting a Mini 2, and we'll put it through its paces, and we'll check all that stuff out, and
Right.
compare it to the original Mini and the Mavic Air 2, and talk about which might be the best drone. If you're running a vlog, or if you're taking professional pictures, or you're maybe a real estate agent. There are a lot of different uses for these different drones.
You show us one more time a couple of the accessories that you got there. So I have this 3-up battery charger. Do you have the same one?
A little different.
It's gray.
It's
Okay.
basically gray.
Your
And it's got
battery's
so
gray.
you can
Okay,
you can
what do
charge
got
your
there?
phone off of that. It charges via USB-C. Yeah, that's pretty much identical right there.
The other thing, just so
Pretty
you
much.
know, that's cool about this remote, I mean, the one thing that you do get with this size is you have the ability to charge your phone off of it.
While you're flying. Yeah, that is definitely a bonus.
Even especially when it gets cold out and your phone battery starts to go, it can be really nice because there's a pretty big monster battery in that remote. Okay, so you got basically the same thing. It's gray now to match the color scheme. I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. The one thing with the Mini, some people care about this stuff is we've got white cables, a light gray drone, we've got a black remote. It's kind of a hodgepodge of random stuff. But what else do you have in that bag? Anything? Did it come with a little brick charger?
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
White DJI.
Yep. Same.
So that didn't change.
No
And that was
prop
about
guards,
it.
right? They're extra props, but no prop guards.
Right. Yeah.
Which ours, the original Mini Flymore came with prop guards, but who's flying that thing with prop? I mean, maybe if you're flying inside, I did once. I put the prop guards on it, and I flew it around my house. Just to protect the wall, so my wife didn't kill me if I was to bump into them. But otherwise, I'm taking that thing outside. I'm taking those prop guards off because it's going to get hooked on a tree. It's going to lower your flight time. Not ideal, I guess.
And there's nothing in that manual about, and we probably won't see anything about flight modes then.
No, I can't see anything on flight modes. I have no idea about what it would be like when it flies.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it'll be a lot like the original Mavic Mini, I think. It's pretty much the same drone. It'll be fine. It's supposed to be better in the wind. It's supposed to, add some features here and there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully next week. And yeah, like I said, we'll get our hands on it. We'll put it through the test. And you gotta make sure your friend lets you do the same.
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to getting that first flight video up there. So even though we weren't able to do it this week, hopefully sometime this week we can get a video of that.
Yeah, very good. So has this exposure been pretty good for your channel? You get some extra subs out of it, or what?
I have. It's really funny. I actually got a comment like really early in the video, like under 1,000 views, and it said something along the lines of, "Forced comedy isn't going to get you any more subs." And I'm like, well, so far it's gotten me over 200. So
There you go.
There you go. That's a good day.
You know what?
I'm pretty
Do your
excited
thing.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think the hardest part has been getting my channel exposed to people that I don't necessarily know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been telling a lot of family and friends like, "Hey, you should check out my new video," and just like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I really want this to get to other people now."
I think you did that. I think you're doing that. You're it's obviously a different demographic. Chris and I are the older guys, but it's entertainment. Entertainment's entertainment. So if you're making good videos, people will watch. You got to do you. You got to keep the humor in there. You're pulling that camera around, hoping for something good to happen, and you've got some decent editing skills too. So it's you got a good start, and it's funny because we've been running this channel since 2016. If you go back and watch some of our 2016 videos, they're terrible. I mean, they're like embarrassingly bad. The video editing, the audio, the video, and not that we're knocking it out of the park now, but they're certainly better. And they continue to get better. You learn new tricks, you meet new people that help you out with different things. And, as your channel will grow, your ability to make better vlogs will also, grow a little bit too.
And I remember that feeling, right? We were like, okay, if we share this with like 50 of our friends, it'll like double our views, right? And, and it's not,
Facebook,
eventually
yes.
it gets to that point where it's not like that, right? So it'll happen. It's a one thing about YouTube is it's a grind. It just builds on itself over time. So it's just about just keeping. If you want to do it, just keep doing it, and eventually it'll grow.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, keep up the good work. Any other questions for him, Chris?
I think that's about it. Yeah, it's just say enjoy the drone. You're lucky. You're going to be still one of the first people to be able to review it and fly it. There'll be a bunch of videos released the day of when it first comes out, the first rounders.
Sure.
And a lot of the second rounders, they won't be allowed to release a video for about a week. So you'll basically be in there in that middle period for the first few days, where people either haven't gotten it or they're not allowed to release their videos yet. So you'll be right behind the first wave. So that's cool.
Yeah. Which is good. Yeah, it's another way you can get a few more subs and kind of do your thing and incorporate some of that flight footage into your vlog. I think.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, I really like this drone. Like, I think I might have to start using it for my vlog now.
Yeah, you
I
gotta get your buddy let you fly for sure.
Buy it off of you or something, or can I buy one of your drones off of you?
Yeah, he's got old ones, right? He wants, he can't fly them all at once. You can only fly one at a time. So
right, there you go. That seems like a pretty persuasive move to me.
Yes.
Yeah. So we should reach back out to you in a few days, maybe, Jack. Maybe we should have him back on after it's been flown. Check out some of the footage.
Yeah, that'd be cool for sure. Yeah, let us know if you're up for it. We'll I'll shoot you an email. We'll follow up.
You guys are fun. I'd be down.
All right, man. Well, thanks for taking the time to meet with us. We really appreciate it, and good luck with school and your vlog and everything else that's going on right now.
Thank you very much.
All right, appreciate it. You have a good one.
All right, take care, guys.
See you guys.
All right, bye.
All right, so that was fun. Got to see the Mini 2, not the Mavic Mini 2. Pretty much the Mavic Mini 1 with a few little upgrades, better camera, better batteries, I guess. Some more
extra
lights,
piece of foam.
some foam. Yeah, it'll time will tell to see what we really get. In terms of extra flight modes and what what kind of footage, does it really have raw? Can you really shoot in raw?
Right. So I just double checked. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, just the bit rate is really what drives the heating and all the heat sinking and all the issues they had with their, with the Mavic 2 Pro. So I doubt we're going to see the raw. It just doesn't really make sense on this product. I mean,
I agree. People are asking for it. With the smaller battery does tell you that they're probably lightening that up so they can add something, whether that's fans or something on the inside's heavier, right? And it's not just the foam.
yeah. I just double checked DJI's website. It's $499 for the original Mavic Mini.
Fly
So
more.
yes, fly more. Yep.
Yeah.
It's $399 for the drone. I mean, so what does that mean? Where's the price of it gonna go? Is it gonna disappear? They've been doing that kind of stuff lately. I mean, because if they take, you don't imagine they're gonna take just $50 off of it. I guess if they took $100 off of it, there's no way you could recommend, the new one. I guess.
No,
And,
heck no.
I guess it's going to come down to the features and what flight modes they unlock, because as we know, as we like to complain about, although it's still the best drone and they know it at that price range, but we know the flight modes is just an unlocking of features. So
Sure.
there are a ton of modes that are GPS based that are, in my opinion, trivial to integrate, that they did not include with this guy, so they can give some differentiation. So we expect more modes on the Mini 2, but still, I mean, is it going to be worth it? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do with this thing? Is it going to be totally phased out? It's going to disappear from the website. You'll probably only be able to get it on Amazon. We'll see, but
yeah, that would make some sense. Well, awesome.
this monster remote, I don't know. It's a weird pairing to me.
It is, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll have to check out our local Best Buy. The other day I was in there; they didn't have one yet, so we'll follow up, see if we can't get our hands on one ASAP. Right?
Yeah, I'll run over there in a few minutes. Actually, double check.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can slip somebody a 20.
Yeah, or a 50.
Whatever. Yeah.
20 might not get the job done.
Well, I was watching that other guy who had it, and people were offering him like $1,100 to
For
get
the
the drone. And they're only going to get it, a week and a half early, I guess.
Right. Did he sell it? I would have.
Yeah, I mean that's what they were telling him. You got to go sell that thing now.
Yeah. Because the next week it's worth half that. So
Yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, man.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Hit us up if you have any comments, questions, things you want to see from us with the new Mini 2. And if you haven't already, check us out on halfchrome.com, where we have everything from photography to FPV. Good luck and happy flying, everyone.
See you guys next time.